10 days. For 10 days, Ming was frantically making cards. Period. Zhong Xiaopan came here once. He couldn't understand why Ming was making cards like this. Brother Lu, you can make them and sell them at the same time. You will know then. Ming smiled and said nothing. 10 days. 300 cards, only 30 cards per day on average. This is Ming's limit. If he hadn't exhausted all the resources he had and the energy stone was almost bottomed out, he estimated that he could still be crazy for a few more days. Liver, this is a basic skill for programmers. 300 cards. I don't know how much money I can make. Ming took a deep breath. 300 one-star fruit ninja. Among them, there are 30 white cards each. The energy consumed to make one card is about 20 yuan. After calculation, the cost is about 50 yuan. 300 cards cost 15,000 yuan alone. This is all Ming's remaining savings. If it fails, he will probably have to sing on the chrysanthemum stage. If Fruit Ninja wants to market, it may be a wave of popularity, so the time must be grasped. Ming kept calculating. As for the number of uses, it's best to use a dedicated illusion activator. Fantasy Activator is a special device for fantasy cards. Generally, there is only one card slot on it, which is used to place fantasy cards. The device is hollow and used to place energy stones. There are only two buttons on it, one to start and one to interrupt. There are reasons why Ming chose the Fantasy Activator. One is the consumption of energy. The portable card activator uses energy cards. Energy cards are more difficult to make and consume. If he uses energy cards, he will lose more than he gains. For this kind of thing that is not convenient to carry, you can just use energy stones. The second is for safety. This kind of fantasy activator is specially designed for fantasy cards. It usually has a safety insurance. Once danger is detected, it will automatically trip, greatly protecting the user's safety. Third, the number of uses. Normally activated cards are dissipated at once, but in the fantasy card activator, you can interrupt and resume the transfer as long as there is still energy and as long as there is still time. As long as the time in this illusion does not run out, you can continue to activate it. Very powerful. In this way, a card can be used many times, and if those people stick to it for a short time, the number of uses may be even more. 300 cards are enough. Ming went over the plan again and made sure there were no problems before going to rest. Early next morning, the sun's rays shine down. When the crowd on the street outside the door began to increase, Ming walked out of the store, holding a huge poster, and stood by the street outside the door. Huh? People passing by glanced at it subconsciously and were stunned. Nothing else. Because of the shocking title, if you are a man, just hold on for 100 seconds. And the content is even more amazing. Are you a man? If so, come and challenge the limit. This is the secret of the power of a commoner master. He once practiced in this way. His powerful reaction speed allows him to last longer than ordinary people. This is the first training card in history. Comprehensively improve your reaction speed. Make you more efficient and more focused. Experience it once for only 100 yuan. 100 yuan, you can't suffer a loss or be fooled. But you can buy an increase in strength. P.S. Within 7 days, the person who persists the longest will be rewarded with 10,000 yuan. Shocking content. Roaring exclamation point. This huge poster attracted the attention of all passers-by almost immediately. This is... Many people stopped. There is a lot of content on the poster. In addition to these roaring fonts, there are also very standardized rules written in small characters, as well as price and other information. Challenge the limit? The first training card? Can it improve reaction speed? The secret of a great master? The person who lasts the longest will be rewarded 10,000? And it only costs 100 yuan to experience it once. No doubt. Many people were moved. These keywords undoubtedly moved them. Improving your strength requires hard practice. Even if there are all kinds of treasures, they are not available to ordinary people, but this place only costs 100 yuan? Why not try it? Not to mention, there is also a reward of 10,000 yuan. Is it true? I don't know. Why don't you try it? Everyone began to whisper. There are more and more people watching. Lu Ming squatted at the door and looked at the people in front of him with a smile. In his eyes, these people had turned into walking money symbols. 100 yuan. 100 yuan. He glanced over it, feeling relieved. Boss, let me try. A middle-aged man passing by said calmly. 100 yuan is not a problem to him. His time is precious, so if he doesn't want to waste it here, he might as well try it directly. Okay. Lu Ming welcomed him into the store. In the middle of the store, he left enough space, drew a point in the center, let the middle-aged man stand on it, and then prepared the illusion activator. Hurry up. The middle-aged man urged impatiently. Okay. Lu Ming smiled. The people at the door were stopping to watch. Click. Lu Ming pressed the start button. At this moment, the middle-aged man's eyes were focused, and he was obviously in an illusion. What the hell is this? The middle-aged man frowned slightly. It can be said. He has rarely seen such a garbage fantasy. No, it doesn't matter, he has really never seen a fantasy that is cruder and trashier than this. Vision? Non-existent. He took a look and saw that there was nothing 10 meters away. In this illusion, there was only a small area in front of him, and it was a horrifyingly crude restaurant with low realism. It looks like a beginner's doodle. Full-screen mosaic. This kind of trash can also be constructed into an illusion? The middle-aged man felt incredible. Because a fantasy world cannot be constructed successfully by just using random things. It requires at least a stable and complete cycle before it can be constructed successfully. These can actually be called complete? And at this moment, inside the store, although those at the door could not see the content of the illusion, they heard what the middle-aged man said and were immediately disappointed. Sure enough. I know that cheap products are not good products. What can 100 yuan improve? It's fake. It seems so. This guy is good looking, but I didn't expect him to lie to others. I'll report it to the market manager in a minute and close this junk shop. Everyone discussed one after another. Ha. Lu Ming looked at them with a smile. Not in a hurry. He believes it. There will definitely be results. And at this moment, in the illusion, the middle-aged man read the rules and picked up the knife. For better cultivation effects, the use of energy is not allowed. Ha. This illusion is obviously too crude. Any practitioner who uses energy will cause the illusion to collapse, right? And for the sake of cultivation effects, TSK. The middle-aged man people are powerless to complain. Also, what the hell does this knife feel like? It's too harsh. The middle-aged man was speechless. He affirmed. He has never seen such a hot fantasy. The existence of such a card is simply an insult to the fantasy world. He was about to say something more, when suddenly, a strong wind came over, and a yellow thing came towards him. He subconsciously moved out of the way. And the fruit suddenly fell to the ground. Boom! The fantasy is over. By the time he reacted, he had already returned to the store. Middle-aged man? This? The middle-aged man looked confused. Obviously I didn't expect it to end so quickly. How long did you hold on? Lu Ming glanced curiously. On the illusion activator, the energy consumption will be recorded. When the middle-aged man picked up the knife, the energy began to be consumed in large quantities, and the duration. You only lasted for 1 second? Lu Ming looked at him in surprise. Young people. The middle-aged man's face turned red. You garbage illusion. The illusion is very simple to begin with. Lu Ming said matter-of-factly, this is for beginners. If the illusion becomes complicated, the difficulty will be higher. It's been greatly improved. But you can't even pass this level of difficulty. Lu Ming said in a very skeptical tone. I can. I just didn't pay attention. The middle-aged man explained, I only paid attention to the things in the illusion. Hey? Lu Ming sighed, that's why the entire illusion is empty. Why Wu? I'm just afraid that you guys will be distracted and the difficulty is too high. I didn't expect. You still need to practice more. Lu Ming said seriously. I'll try again. The middle-aged man looked a little ugly. Especially seeing the gazes of countless people around him. And Lu Ming's surprise that you only lasted for a second made him feel a little stinging. It's okay if my wife says this at night, why should I let you say this during the day? I'll come again. The middle-aged man gritted his teeth. 100 yuan. Lu Ming said with a smile. Okay. The middle-aged man gritted his teeth and entered the illusion again. The people around looked at each other, they didn't expect to see such a scene. If the fantasy world is really rubbish, shouldn't it come out and directly scold it? It seems interesting. The onlookers who had already planned to leave suddenly became interested. And at this moment, in fantasy, the middle-aged man picked up the knife and was ready. Call out! The first fruit fell, he cut it off easily, and the fruit dissipated. I see. He finally understood what this so-called practice was about, and quickly became familiar with it. He easily picked up the knife and started to cut off these fruits. The time numbers on the plaque also started to jump. Finally, at 93 seconds, he accidentally missed a piece of fruit and the illusion ended. This made him a little angry, especially when he saw the title of a man insisting on holding on for 100 seconds. I'll come again. After going out, he paid directly without any hesitation. Okay. Lu Ming was naturally pleased to hear this. The people gathered outside naturally looked at each other. What is going on? The middle-aged man's reaction made them seem to realize something. Could this so-called training card really improve their reaction speed? If that's the case. At this moment, in the illusion, the middle-aged man was staring at the fruit flying over with all his attention. 92 seconds. 93 seconds. 94 seconds. The place that I didn't survive just now has finally passed. Only. Before his mind could reach the ground, he saw a piece of fruit flying quickly. He subconsciously killed it, but it didn't hurt him. The fruit hit the ground directly. The fantasy is over. Damn it. Why didn't I see it? It was almost, if I reacted faster. The middle-aged man affirmed. This difficulty is not high, I can definitely handle it, it's just a mistake. Come again. After he went out, he entered the illusion again without hesitation. This time, he lasted until 96 seconds. Come again. This time, he lasted until 97 seconds. Come again. This time, he lasted until 99 seconds. Come again. It's still 99 seconds. Come again. Still 99 seconds. Come again. Come again. Come again. Come again. Almost. Almost. The middle-aged man was intoxicated. He knew that as long as he was a little bit worse, as long as he reacted faster, as long as he was more flexible, and as long as he was prepared, he would be able to hold on until 100 seconds. He knows. I can definitely get through it myself. Come again. The middle-aged man subconsciously touched his pocket and found that he had no money. Huh? The middle-aged man's eyes suddenly widened. How can it be? You know. He went out with 3,000 yuan. Then he looked at the records and saw that he had tried 30 times just now. So many times? Have you been addicted to this garbage fantasy for so long? Follow me, the next episode will be even more exciting.